All right. Video 12. This is the last video of our eMini Bull Bear Basic Trading Strategy. I hope you've enjoyed this trading strategy as I've put it forward to you. Obviously, strategy part 1 is a lot easier to understand than strategy part 2. And I really debated hard and long if I wanted to show you this part, but I think more trades, well, I know for a fact more trades will come on strategy part 2 than strategy part 1. Therefore, I wanted to give you the ability to pull some money out of the market and at the most profitable period of time, that HPT area, the high probability trade area for you. And notice that we haven't used any of the advanced concepts on any of this stuff. We haven't used Bollinger Bands, CCI, a volume, or anything that relates. We're just pretty much looking at very basic concepts. We're looking at red bars in this case only, looking at the low of the market, the high of the market, where the 50 bar is, 50 bar MA, and where the 200 bar moving average MA is. And that is basically the whole trading strategy in a nutshell. That's basically it. Now, yeah, I noticed you noticed that over here there's some areas, and you're thinking, wow, that looks like a good trade right here. Actually, I guess in actuality, this ends up being the trade signal right in that area. And then you see another one kicking in right around this area. Not here, not here, but here. And then you see another one kicking in here, another one kicking in here, and then finally we have our signal. Now, which way is the slope progressing? Is it going up or is it coming down? If the slope is moving in an upward fashion and you have a signal, it's kind of an if-then statement. So we have an if-then statement right here. If the slope is moving up, if slope up, then no trade. If slope down, then trade is possible, right? Trade, yes. Now all the other rules have got to be in front of that, you know, the right time period and all the other things that you kick in. But for the slope rule, if slope is going up, so if slope up, which I didn't write that. If slope is up, in other words, in this particular case, think about it walking up a hill or walking down a hill. Since we are trading on the short side of the market, we're actually selling it, looking for red bars. The bad thing to do, is to walk up a hill. If you have to walk up a hill to take on a trade, do not take that trade. If you start walking down the hill and the trade signal kicks in, or the next signal that kicks in on the red bar is while the trade and you're walking down that hill. Therefore, you have slope moving in the right direction. The trend is with you. The trend is your friend. You're moving with the trend. The 50 bar is pulling away from the 200 bar moving average. Therefore, the trade is viable. I think that's V-I-A-B-L-E. A valid trade. V-A-L-I-D is probably an easier way of saying it for me. A valid trade. Therefore, take the trade. So if-then statement, right? If slope up, then no trade. If slope down, trades are possible. So yes, the trades are possible. And then the 50 bar crossover and all the other kick. So that's just while we have a few more minutes. Let's go ahead and move forward here, actually backwards, and see what we see. I think we used, here is something right there. What time period is that? Is that AM? AM. Here's the next day kicking in. What do we got going on here? Why is this not a good setup? anywhere through here. What's going on here? What happened? What's going on? What's wrong with this compared to this over here? 50 bar is underneath the 200 bar, right? What's going on over here in the next period of time that we got going on? The 50 bar is above the 200 bar. This is a day to go play golf on this strategy. There's a no trade in the basic trading strategy for this particular trade strategy. You're trading with the trend. What is the trend? Once again, it's a downtrend as of 8/16/2011. You're in a downtrend. Are we in a downtrend right now? In this area, anywhere through here? Looking back at 9:30 in the morning, which kicks in 9:35 right here. So on this particular trading day, let's use 9:30 as the mark, and let's highlight it. Let's give it a dark purple and let's make it nice and pretty. Do we have any trade in any part of this period of day? No. Why? Once again, daily chart is going down. We're looking for red bars only. Obviously we got red bars through here. Yes, 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 yes. But the trend is going counter trend. This is what we would determine counter trend to the daily chart. We're not moving. So basically, to make a long story short, we want the 50 bar to come underneath it. So we want the slope moving down. We want the 50 bar underneath the 200 bar on the short side. We want the daily chart is obviously confirming a short. There's no trade here. Is what I'm getting at. No trade. Let's move to the next day. Let's look at what happened in the next day. We're underneath through here. Here's our period of time. Here's 9:30 and so forth. Let's take a look at slope then, because that's not enough room for profit. Yes, that kicks in. We have enough room for profit. I don't see the red line anywhere around here. The next thing that kicks in would be, well, the 9:30 mark. So let's mark that 9:30 area, and it's so here we go. Do we have a trade right here? Is the slope pulling away? Yes. Or no? If you think yes, then the entry point on this trade at 10.05 would pull you in at 11.93 1/4. Which, yeah, it's kind of iffy. It's kind of coming up. I would like to see another bar closing underneath before I would jump on that. But it is kind of like high here and then come down like a couple of bars. But regardless, it doesn't bring you in the market, right? And then you can see the slope does move to the upside. And then later on in that day, we get the crossover of the 50 bar, and this negates any trade at all. There is no trade in this whole day. The slope starts to move to the upside. This is your entry point here. It never gets anywhere near that. It's going up. This is the entry point going across, and you see it never got there. Never, ever, 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 ever. And the slope starts moving significantly up right through here, right? Start seeing that slope coming up right through here. There's no trade in here. Let's look at next day here. Let's keep looking, see what we see. Here's 9:30 right in this area. Going to this day, 50 bar is above the 200 bar. No trade in there. Let me get rid of this minor support that we had. Whoops, we do that next day already. Yeah. Look back here. Let's look at this day. Alright, here's something. Let's look at this period right here. I think sometimes the hardest thing to do is to be patient, wait for the trade, right? Now you can see the red bars pulling away from, like, wow, look at all the money that's I can make. You're already counting the profits, right? And you can see that there's some red bars in here. You're like looking back, but what hasn't happened? From our market opening, we haven't seen that 50 bar crossing underneath that red bar, right? So from when we started our trading, we haven't seen that. In the basic trading strategy, there is no trade in here. There is no trade at all. There's no trade here. Here's where you have the first crossover of the 50 bar right here, and it's green. And then the slopes going up, and then we have a crossover going to the upside. There's no trade in here. None. Yeah, this is looking awful tempting. But if you would have jumped this market, here comes your trade signal here, perhaps. Let's say you take this one. Maybe that's the first bar that crosses from over here that you're looking at. And this would honestly be your first signal that kicked in the market. I guess, part strategy 2, part B, if there is a part B, this would be a valid signal, but I want to caution you that we haven't had any particular area here, and in fact I would look back and say, here's my minor support right through here, and that closes above. This is the bar, the only bar that I would consider. This is the bar that picks it up at the 10:05 mark. So now, if this is the bar that I was going to pick off right here, now I've got to ask myself, did I make it? And I'm running kind of long on time here. Definitely some room here for some money. So this one, I believe, actually has 10 points of profit. So it definitely hit profit objective in here. And it did it quickly. And this is the first time. You can call this exception to the general rule. Here comes the, and there's a reason why this is moving. And it's, I would tell you, most likely it's off of a red report off of Forex Factory. And you'll learn more about that if you're sitting in a trading room. So if there is any exception to the basic trading strategy and add one other component, it would be moving out of minor support and allowing yourself the ability to take on a trade like this. Otherwise, you want to stay away from it. Let's look further with the last bit of time that we got. Here comes no crossover. Here comes a crossover in through here. We have our slopes coming down. Here's our signal. Let's see where that would be, and we'll use this as our last trade signal right here. We'll use this one as our last one. We've got minor support kicking in through all of this area. This one probably brings us in, and maybe this ends up being a stop loss for us right through here. We got the slope moving our way. This would have been your trade signal right here at the 3 o'clock mark. So it's getting kind of late in the day. But sometimes that last hour of trading can be kind of exciting. So 11.59 and a quarter. 11.57 and 3/4. 1157.25 ends up being our entry point right here. And what do we got going on here? 37. So we got 3.7 on the, and I'm going to do a quick calculation because I want to get done, not have you go with another 20-minute video. 3.7, 37 is 3.7. 3.7 rounds up to 3 3/4. So it'd be 3.75 stop loss plus 1157 be 1161 even. There's our entry point right there. Cancel. Yeah, it definitely ran our stop. So how much was that a loss? Let's go back and look at this. So that was 3.75 times 50, $187.50. So obviously not every one of them works out. But that's trading, right? Trading's always like that. If everything was perfect, then we'd all have a, that's just the way it is. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. There's nothing in here. Nothing there. Going back to the next day. No. Next day in. Here's our crossover coming in. Here's the first, nope. Here's our first time we cross over. Too late in the day to take a trade. There's no trade here. This is no trade in here. No trades in here. And I see the 200 bar is no longer valid as far as back. I'd have to go back and look. So 819, that's pretty much where we were at that 816 mark. So just looking at this, there wasn't too many trades in here, but if you're paying attention, there were more wins than losses on strategy 2. I think we had one loss in that period of time and a couple break-evens, 4 or 5 wins, big wins. So just looking at this particular trading strategy, and that's kind of where you're going to be, 60-70%, maybe even higher, maybe even getting as high as 80% wins. So that when you kick in that break-even part of the trade. All right. Love to hear your results. Send me some email. Do your trading logs. Let me see them. Let me know how you're doing. This is Dave Knight here at Knight Capital Management. This has been our eMini Bull Bear Basic Trading Strategy. Enjoy it. And let me know how you do with it. We look forward to talking to you on another video. And I look forward to seeing you in our trading room or part of our group here at Knight Capital Management. Let us know how we can help you, and we'll see you on that next time that you and I meet together. Bye now.